Hi guys, my name is Kenneth Moore, and I am the owner of Flyers for Jimmy White Dove Release. I wanted to do a video a little differently tonight. I've been making some changes in my loft, and this is where I used to video my breeder boxes right here. I've actually been working, and I moved all of them over the last week. And I'm giving myself a loft office, I guess you could call it, so I can stay crazy with my birds and do what I have to do and have my own space to do it in. But I wanted to talk to you tonight about something different. I talk about my white birds a lot. I'm going to talk to you about different pigeons that I accumulate and I acquire. You know, I told you I meet people in different cities. We have a big Middle Eastern community here in Metro Detroit. So I get guys that bring in these Pakistanis or these Dewlap. One that's interested me a lot is this Dewlap pigeon, Dewlap, Dewlap. It is a Syrian high-flying pigeon, okay? They also tell me it can do distance. I don't know. Nobody flies them, they just breed them. They sell these birds here locally for $100 per bird. I've paid my money for them. A pair of breeders last year. I couldn't get them to produce. They're a bigger bird. But you know, I have a buddy that has been raising them, and he knows I want to fly them, so he gave me a couple squeakers. But I just wanted to show you, like, this is what they call a Dewlap. It's a Dewlap pigeon. One character trait of the Dewlap is this wattle under his head. He's got a deep wattle under his neck. I don't know if you guys can see that. He's got that extra skin, real big wattle here, right? Much bigger bird than a homer. He's a baby. You hear him squeaking. He's a two-handed bird for sure. Got a different type of tail, more like a Pakistani tail, right? Where it fans out, long feathers on the tail. I think that's where the high flying comes in, maybe. Real long. Look at those flight feathers of the wing, the distance on the tail, right? So I know they judge these things with that. But that's what they do, is judge these things. I want to fly them. This bird has a unique wing. See, its flight feathers are longer than a homer, right? See, different pattern than a homer. Same pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's got 8 feathers before they change direction. You know, a homer is 10. He's got one underneath. I'm not sure if I should count that one or not, but there's a little difference in all of these birds. But my point is in this, you know, my buddy that breeds them, he swears these birds can do 100 miles in his old country. This is what they race. And I don't know. And so he did a little test himself. I'm going to fly. I have 2 of these. This one's absolutely gorgeous. The other one's more like just a blue checker. This is like a red checker. But I'm going to fly these. They're squeaking. They're going to start coming out with my homers. I think they're great looking birds. You know, they're beautiful. So what he did was he took a bird like this, blue checkered Dewlap, and he bred it with the American Racing Homer, a standard blue bar pigeon. This was his breeding challenge or whatever he did. I don't know, his practice. So, you know, this is a basic blue bar racing pigeon. And he bred this with a Dewlap. He says, Ken, I want you to fly that baby. He got one baby out of it. It's the ugliest little baby I've ever seen. Blue bar, white flights. Really cool pattern on the flights, right? Got a couple blacks in there. Really cool pattern. It's really neat. Both wings are kind of right? Really ugly bird. Looking at his head. Not a pretty looking guy. His wattle's not too big. He's a bigger bird in the hand though. You know what he reminds me of, and I'll tell you straight up, just looking at this bird, this was my first thought. Man, he looks like one of those old military pigeons, you know, that the military used to have, that they, you know, saved all them soldiers, and they have them in the Smithsonian, and I've had this guy maybe 4 weeks. I got them maybe about 4 weeks ago. Those ones are still squeaking, those pure Dewlap. This is a mixed breed between Dewlap and Homer. He come out with my Homers, my young birds. I'll tell you what, man. If I've ever seen a little bird fly, he's up with my last year birds. You know, the ones that I was doing events with the other day. When I let them out, they go up for an hour or two and they go, 10 miles each. I don't know what they do. He's with them. This bird can't be but maybe 10 weeks old. Maybe he's pushing 12. He's not mature enough to breed. He's just a baby. But man, I'll tell you what, I've seen that this bird is just absolutely impressing me. The other babies of his age are still sitting on the roof. He's gone for 2 hours. I don't know what maybe that homing instinct mixed with that Dewlap, but I'm going to put this guy in the basket this year and we're going to see how he's going to do. My own personal training. One character trait of the Dewlap is that the Dewlap pigeon goes up high in the sky. They don't stay up in the sky for distance and time, but they stay up in the sky for agility and speed. So when this bird comes back to the ground, he comes back to the ground at 115 miles an hour. 115 miles an hour. So this little test that we're doing might be kind of fun for us, because if you could mix this with that Homer, maybe increase the speed of them. I don't know. It's all trial and error though, right guys? But that's my story. I wanted to do a little different. I want to do a little face-to-face, do some bird talk. And anyways guys, that's my night, and hope all of you have a good night. Thank you. Bye.